Hello, everyone. I'm Adam with D&D Beyond. Thank you for joining me for today's development update and community Q&A session. Let's jump in to leave as much time for questions as possible. Today's lineup, we'll go through our latest updates. It's been a couple of weeks since I have been with you, and so we've got several things to talk about upcoming, and then of course the aforementioned question asking period. We're also going to do a pop talk today, so if you have pop talk topic, that's a tang tungler there, but if you have pop talk topics, then you can submit those in chat by prefacing those with pop, and Lauren Urban will be collecting those and getting those to me in a little bit. And then, as always, ask the questions with question in front of it, and then our magic thing will capture those questions. I see them coming in already, so we've got some veterans out there that know exactly what to do. Questions are already coming in. So, latest updates. So we've pushed a couple of pretty major things with digital dice. Advantage and disadvantage are possible now. So this is going to work. I'm going to show you this a little bit later when we're talking about something else. But you can left click as normal on the dice to roll them normally. But if you right click on the dice, or if you're on a phone, if you long tap, then it's going to bring up a context menu and you can choose advantage or disadvantage. We hope over time that that menu is going to expand contextually to where it could possibly allow you to do things like sneak attack and paladin smite. Now again, those are going to take some time to get to because we've got some complexities there, but the idea is hopefully this menu is going to be more than just advantage and disadvantage in the future. But that has been updated. We've also made some accessibility updates, so this is continuing to become more and more important to us. We are getting incredible feedback from the community about how accessibility needs to work and how this needs to function with screen readers and a lot of other angles that we're trying to improve on. And so we're not done here yet by any means, but we have made some accessibility improvements for this, the digital dice to work with screen readers better, and then some UI improvements. And primarily that would be shrinking the results window and text to where, especially on a phone, it's not taking up the entire phone real estate. So we're going to continue to make enhancements and improvements to digital dice as we go, but that's what's come out in the last couple of weeks. And then we are able to copy encounters in the encounter builder now. So this is a really exciting feature. I showed this off in the last dev update. It wasn't quite live yet, but this is live and available to the public now. So if you have an encounter that you've built, that link can be shared, and then that encounter can be copied. Or if you have a series of encounters that are very similar to each other, you can create one and then copy from that encounter and then tweak the second copy in an easier way instead of starting from scratch. So that is live too. Work in progress. We are working on class feature variants. This is one of the biggest features that we have ended up doing. The scope of this is kind of deceptively big, as I've talked about before. We are breaking this into a couple of phases that are going to end up delivering the first thing, expanded spell list, are a big part of something that is needed in the class feature variants system. And so we're going to be trying to ship that as a standalone feature within trying to get the overall class feature variants completed. So extended spell list are going to be things like dragon mark spells for those dragon mark races. It will be things over time for such as guild spells for the Ravnica guilds and so on. So that is kind of the priority and the path that we're working on, because we want to try to get that out to the fans out there as quickly as we can, and in order to kind of allow that to be something that you can use even as we're completing the overall system. And then we are Hopefully very close on the Player Tools mobile app. We are trying to work through some distribution issues at the moment, and as soon as we can get an all clear there, we are going to be going live to the public with the Player Tools mobile app as well. Unfortunately, no other update today, but as soon as we have that, we'll be shouting that from the rooftops. And again, I said earlier, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, is available for pre-order right now on D&D Beyond. And I am going to actually show you a little bit of fun with this. Let's see. We'll take Briv Steelmarrow. I know that guy. I played him last night, so he was at the top of my list. All right, so Briv Steelmarrow. I have a new set of dice that are one of the pre-order perks for pre-ordering Rime of the Frostmaiden on D&D Beyond, and you can see it here. It is the Glacial dice set, and whoops, that's not the right button. I am a big fan of what we're seeing here with this Glacial dice set. It is very kind of translucent when it rolls, so it looks like a block of ice. So that's something that you can get your hands on. I'm going to, because I just like doing this part, I'm going to do D12s. Nobody uses D12s. They're very, very ignored, to be quite honest, in the game. So we're going to do 15 D12. That's a pretty terrible spell. And so we've got the Glacial set of dice. That doesn't seem like that was a very good roll. Maybe it was about average. But yeah, so this is the Glacial set, and I encourage everyone to pre-order, where you can have another really fun set of dice here too. And of course, we will be introducing other ways to collect these dice over time as well. All right, so we've got upcoming on the Avre Discord bot. We've got an exciting thing coming soon there as well. We are going to be adding token generation to Avre, so that's going to be little iconized pictures of monsters and so on, and that's going to be possible. We're also looking for ways for there to be community contributions to those tokens, so keep an eye out for that. We will share more as soon as we're ready with token generation for the Avre Discord bot. We are going to be continuing with quality of life updates for the character sheet, where we have had rules exceptions or gaps in the last year or so that have emerged as new systems have come into play. So that continues to be a priority for us that we're going to be trying to tackle. With the combat tracker, as we're moving forward, one of the next targets is integrating digital dice rolling into the combat tracker. So that's kind of lower hanging fruit that we're going to try to get to soon. And then a little bit longer term, we're trying to get characters integrated. So we talked about this a little bit with the framework updates for the character service, and that big long process that we went through to try to get D&D Beyond in a better position to scale with the 30 plus million characters that we have on the platform now. There definitely was a risk that it was going to have a significant impact on performance. We did those framework updates. Our metrics are looking great. The performance is really, really holding steady. And so now that foundation has been laid, this is where we can start using that service internally in other types of features. And so the combat tracker is one of those that we're looking at to do that with. And we want to, integrate all of the character statistics. And then this would eventually lead to being able to run initiative where, hopefully we can prompt, a dungeon master can prompt for an initiative roll, and then the players can roll that either digitally or physically and then enter a number, and then that comes through, and all of that would be seamlessly integrated. So all of that is coming as well. And then I do want to talk about a D&D block party that is happening. What is the date today? So yeah, so it's happening very soon, June 27th through 28th. And this is a community event that D&D Beyond is involved with. We've got Todd Kenrick and Lauren Urban playing games and running games as part of this event. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Lots and lots of great creators are coming together to throw and host this block party. And this is going to be supporting the Trevor Project. So I encourage everyone out there, if you have the time to do so, to tune into that. It's gonna be fun, and we'll see how it goes.